You've seen it a million times, right? A for sale sign goes up in a yard, maybe you see an open house, and next thing you know, a sold sticker is slapped right over it. It looks pretty straightforward from the outside, but what if I told you that what you're seeing is just the tiny visible tip of a massive iceberg? Let's dive into what's really going on beneath the surface.
So, what's the big number? 179. That's right. According to a breakdown by the National Association of Realtors, there are up to 179 distinct tasks an agent might perform to get a single home sale across the finish line. It's a mind-boggling amount of work, and almost all of it happens completely out of sight.
So it begs the question, doesn't it? What does a real estate agent actually do to earn that commission? What in the world are those 179 steps? Well, we are about to pull back the curtain and show you everything that goes into turning that for sale sign into a sold sign.
And this brings us right back to that iceberg. The stuff you see, the sign, the open house, the handshake at closing, that's just the tip. The real story, the massive part of the iceberg hidden under the water, is all the hidden work. We're talking about deep market research, complex legal prep, detailed marketing strategies, tough negotiations, and just constant, nonstop coordination.
Okay, so to make sense of it all, we're going to walk through this whole journey in 4 main phases. We'll kick things off with the absolutely critical preparation phase, then we'll jump into marketing, navigate the intense world of negotiation, and finally, we'll cover the surprisingly complex path to closing.
First up, phase 1, preparation. And let me tell you, this might be the most important phase of them all, because the groundwork for a successful, profitable sale is laid long before anyone ever sees a for sale sign. This is where the whole game plan comes together.
An agent doesn't just pull a price out of thin air. No way. They are digging deep into property records, looking for deed restrictions, checking tax details, and even searching for things like open permits or unrecorded city liens that could absolutely kill a deal weeks down the road. They're running a detailed market analysis, verifying legal ownership, and advising on exactly how to stage the house to make the best possible first impression. It isn't about picking a number, it's about building a rock-solid case for the home's value. So when you picture that first meeting, the one at the kitchen table between the agent and the seller, don't think of that as the starting line. That meeting is the finish line of countless hours of research. The agent walks in that door armed with data, a solid strategy, and a crystal clear picture of how this exact property fits into the current market. All right, with all that prep work done, it's go time. Welcome to phase 2, marketing. And I gotta tell you, this is so much more than just putting a listing online. This is about actively creating a market and getting as many qualified eyes on the property as humanly possible. The marketing plan is really a full-on, multi-channel attack. It starts with stunning professional photos and a perfect MLS listing. Then that listing gets blasted out to dozens, sometimes hundreds of websites. Agents craft ads, they manage every single showing, and, this part is huge, they follow up after every single visit to get feedback so they can constantly tweak the strategy. And now we get to the part where an agent's expertise really, truly shines: negotiation. This isn't just about haggling over the highest price on a piece of paper. It's about getting the absolute best terms and protecting the seller from all kinds of hidden risks. This is where that legal know-how and sharp negotiating skill are completely non-negotiable. You see, an offer isn't just a friendly agreement. It's a dense, legally binding contract. It's packed with clauses, contingencies, and critical deadlines that can completely sink a deal if you're not careful. A great agent dissects every single line, points out all the potential landmines, and helps the seller craft a counteroffer that puts them in the strongest possible position. And this is a perfect example of why that expertise is so critical. An agent creates what's called a net sheet to break it all down. So look at this. Offer C has the highest price tag, right? $515,000. Looks like the winner. But when you factor in the type of financing and all the contingencies, it could actually be way riskier and might even net the seller less money than offer A. The agent's job is to help the seller look past that big, shiny number and see the real deal. Once an offer is finally accepted, you might think the hard part's over. But honestly, in many ways, it's just getting started. Welcome to our final phase, the path to closing. This is where the agent transforms into a high-stakes project manager. From contract to keys, there are just so many hurdles to clear. The agent is coordinating the inspection, negotiating repairs, scheduling the appraisal, and all the while constantly checking in with the buyer's lender to make sure the loan is on track. Any one of these steps can kill the deal, and the agent is the one navigating through it all to keep everything moving forward.
The ultimate goal, as item 172 on that list puts it, is a no surprises closing. When a closing goes smoothly, it feels almost effortless to the client. But that's only because the agent has been working tirelessly behind the scenes for weeks, anticipating problems and solving them before they can ever derail the deal. At this point, the agent becomes the central communication hub for everyone involved. They are constantly on the phone with the lender, the inspector, the appraiser, the attorney, the other agent, making sure everyone is on the same page and hitting their deadlines. It is a non-stop job of communication and coordination. So, the next time you see that closing day handshake, remember the iceberg. That one single moment is the very top of a massive hidden process, up to 179 steps, all managed to perfection. And it leaves you with a final thought. It's not just about what an agent does, but what could go terribly wrong if even one of those steps gets missed.
Call Blue Spruce Realty and get your house sold.